I'm from a place you might have heard of us. We call it Shy City. We build champions here who define gritty. We don't do excuses, we don't do pity. Rose is coming back stronger, that's a guarantee. Cutler's coming back too, he's beastly. Thrown into Marshall, the title's ours easily. Black Hawks are winning titles, trophy looking massive. Don't forget about the Cubs, Sox, Crosstown Classic. With so much greatness, we gotta show bravado. You got your boys Ambro and Mike Mercado.
That's right, it's another beautiful day in the city of Chicago, and I am Mike Mercado, and you are on the Chicago Beat on WICB Chicago. And of course, I want to thank Ambro for the beginning to the show. We want to hear from you guys at mmercado2333 or on Facebook /MikeMercado2333.com. And to start off the Chicago Beat, we have to go with the Chicago Cubs, who lost again, their 11th straight road game, and now 16 of 19 losses. It's bad. Just to show you how bad it is this right, Secret Producer Man? I can't believe that Dale Swain would say that. Oh, I could believe it. Here's the exact quote. This is Dale Swain on Starlin Castro not knowing how many outs were in the inning when he had a potential double play. Dale Swain, it's the last straw. If he wants to play, he better start getting his head in the game. Period. It's not acceptable. These things got to stop happening or we're just going to stop playing. These are things that my son does in high school. Maybe. End quote. If there is any way to wrap up this Cubs season, that is it right there. I mean, not knowing the situation, I knew it was going to be bad. We all did. But we were expecting improvements, and that's something that has... The team defensively, all in all, is better, but we're still seeing a lot of mistakes that should not be happening in the field. You know, if you're losing because the other team is just better than you, that's fine. If you're not even paying attention to the game, something seriously is going on in the dugout. And I believe, personally, he is not untouchable. A lot of people want to say he's the best player on your team. Absolutely he is. There's no question. Starlin Castro is the best player on the Chicago Cubs. But that play alone shows that he is not mature enough to be the leader of this team. And I don't want to call him out for not being mature because, again, we're the same age. So I have no merit to do it. But you've seen this time and time and again, and there's responsibility of being the best player on your team. You got to lead by example. The Cubs are back in action going against division rival Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee. Dempster goes out to go for his first win, and it's June 4th, guys. And he's still looking for his first win. And he's going to pitch another gem, 7 innings, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and still get the loss. It's amazing. And in the South Side, they get back from their day off, trying to keep on their winning ways as they play the Blue Jays, who put out Romero, who's 6-1. So it's going to be a tough outing. Toronto's a good team. 28-26 in a tough division. But the White Sox have won 14 of the last 16. They send out Phil Humber. They need to keep on track. You're still seeing Detroit struggling. Cleveland is slipping up. It's like we've said, this is the time right now. Now they're going to get into a tougher part of their schedule. But the White Sox have the rotation. I mean, Chris Sale this past weekend, amazing. And you talk about a funny story how bullpen, closer, long reliever, all right, you're going to be the starter, now you might be the ace. Just how that roller coaster has gone back and forth. And that is the hottest news in baseball in Chicago on WICB and the Chicago Beat.
You can put it on the board! Yes!
What was that? Dumper. That's all. That's my advice. I don't need to explain. Get rid of her.
And in the national spotlight, the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio in Game 5 to take the 3-2 lead in the series to force elimination game in Oklahoma City in the Western Conference Finals. And this series has lived up to every expectation. Yesterday in the Chicago Beat, we said whoever wins the first road game in this series was going to win and head to the NBA Finals. I thought San Antonio, with the experience of Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan, would find a way to win the series. They said it on TNT last night. There might be a changing of the guard, and we might have seen it. All these guys are 23 years old and are taking it to the Spurs, future Hall of Famers. And you talk about an NBA dream matchup potentially between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Miami Heat. Speaking of the big three in Miami, the big three in Oklahoma City had a huge night. Kevin Durant, 27 points, 5 assists, 10 of 19 shooting. James Harden, to me, a top 10 player who doesn't even start, 6 of 11, 3 of 4 from the three-point line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 20 points. And Russell Westbrook, who struggled, going 9 for 24, still drops 23 points and 12 assists, so a double-double. 12 assists is huge, though. He got people involved in the game. So now we're going to see what San Antonio's made of. The series started. It's on. First road team won. So now it's time to see how San Antonio responds. Their back is against the wall. The season's on the line. I think they're going to answer. They're going to put up a tough match, but Game 6, elimination for the chance for the Oklahoma City Thunder to go to their first finals, I got OKC in Game 6. And heading to the NBA Finals. And potentially meeting the winner of tonight's game between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. Now, the big story right now of the day is Chris Bosh being upgraded to day-to-day. Still no word on whether he's going to start or not. Even if he starts, what's he really going to bring to you? And what happens if he gets hurt? Then he's done. Then he's done for the rest of the playoffs and the finals if you make it that far. You're going to Game 5 in Miami. You're gonna have, if you're the Boston Celtics, you're gonna have to survive the waves of the Miami Heat. And like everybody's saying, yeah, you need to get the reps involved. You need to make it one of those kind of games. You can't make it a free-flowing, passive game. You got to play old-school basketball. Some would say dirty basketball. That's how you're going to beat this Miami team. You got to frustrate them. Boston has done that at times. Made it their type of basketball. They've won. So there's no guarantees in this series. It's easy to pick the Miami Heat, who have the 2 of the best 5 players in the NBA on there every single time they're on the court. But it's not a guarantee. Although I'm going with Miami tonight and take the 3-2 lead going to Boston.
You're listening to WICB with Mike Mercado.
A city that has diehards who know when their teams are bad and know when their teams are good. And yet every single day they go to the stadium.
And that's the beat.
And it's time for 5 seconds of NHL hockey. The Kings beat the New Jersey Devils 4-0 to take a 3-0 lead in the Stanley Cup, only 60 minutes away from winning their first Stanley Cup. And that was 5 great seconds of NHL hockey on WICB and the Chicago Beats. Thank you everybody for listening. Please enjoy the game tonight. And don't forget, you can find us everywhere in the universe. Facebook, MySpace, Twitter. If you're trying to follow us, we're at mmercado2333. Or if you want to comment the show, it's at Facebook/MikeMercado2333.com. Thank you again for listening. Please enjoy the rest of your day. And of course, we'll see you next time here on WICB and the Chicago Beats. Good night, everybody.